We're live.
We're live.
Hello.
Are we live?
Yep.
Okay. Hi. Ken.
Hello.
Hello. Hola. Wie geht's?
Hola.
Sehr gut? Okay. Hola. I will do a short introduction in Spanish and then we can continue in English. Bueno, bienvenidos a este ciclo de English and VIP. Soy Aus, Stray Cat Dev, crazy cat lady, crazy plant lady, y me gusta improvisar cosas. Y hace unas semanas se me ocurrió invitar a Florin a una charla en inglés y se me ocurrió ponerlo en Twitter y pasaron cosas y acá estamos. Y es mi primer Twitch y estoy nerviosa porque soy una señora mayor y no sé de Twitch y lives y streams, nada. Soy yo, soy esto. Y bueno, acá vamos a estar charlando. Cuando estoy nerviosa me doy vuelta el pelo para un lado y para el otro, así que van a ver que lo hago todo el tiempo. Y la idea es que practiquen listening in English, que traten de entender lo que pueden. Después en la repetición vamos a subtitular la charla, así que si se pierden algo van a poder escuchar y leer después. Ahora voy a cambiar inglés. Vamos a hacer así. Hi. Okay, this is me in English. Hi, Florin. Welcome for. Thank you for joining us here. I was telling in Spanish that I'm an old lady. I'm a crazy lady. I'm almost 35. I never thought that I would be streaming or live or blah, because this is more like a centennial thing, not a millennial thing. And I started organizing English wearing classes. There are speaking practices. And I was on your Discord. I joined on your Discord, like to your Discord, like maybe 2 months ago, 3 months ago, because since I started learning how to code, I found this great website called Front End Mentor, where you can code your own challenge, like your own websites, but you already have the design ready, so you don't have to worry about thinking what kind of app you need to code, the design, so you have all the assets and all the images and everything. So I wanted to code one challenge that was the shop board. I wanted to code it and it had a little bit of JavaScript. I wanted to do it with vanilla JavaScript. It was kind of messy to filter all the information on the list. And so I was doing some research on YouTube and I found you. And I said, whoo, this guy really knows how to code and he will help me to resolve or do this challenge. So I shared to a couple of friends on Front End Cafe, and they say, "Oh yeah, I know Florian is a genius. Florian rocks." Blah blah blah. So apparently, I wasn't the only one who had found you before on YouTube, and who was we were following your video tutorials. And then
Great.
I joined your Discord, and you said hi to me like if like you were just another human, and I was like, whoa, he's talking to me. That's amazing. He's not a robot, and he doesn't think he's a dev rock star who cannot talk to others. That for me was amazing because I really like besides the coding side of the IT community, beside of the technical part, I really like the social part. I'm the kind of person who would run into you in a cafe or in the street, and I'll say, "Hey, you're the guy from YouTube." Blah, 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 blah. So it's pretty easy for me to run into people and to try to start a conversation. That I thought it would be fun to have you here. So here we are, and that's how I met you. That's how a couple of others met you. So we would like to know a little bit about your story. So you started coding like 7 years ago, and so you're 26, right?
Yep, unfortunately, yeah, I am.
You're from Romania.
Yes.
Did you study in university? Are you a self-taught programmer? How did you start?
Yeah, so hello everyone. Glad to be here. Yeah, so basically I started in 2013. Uh, I met a guy in an online game we were playing back then, and we became friends. He's from the United States, and we became friends. And he was a developer, so that was pretty interesting to me. And he kind of showed me HTML, and then I learned CSS. And I was in my 12th grade, so the last year of high school. Back then I was like in biochemistry. That was the major. So it had nothing to do with programming. I mean, we had like one course a year, I think in ninth grade, and one course in the 10th grade. But like very basic programming. Some, if I remember correctly, just a bit of C++ and some HTML stuff, just very basic. But then I met this guy, my friend, and he showed me HTML, CSS. Then I started getting some freelancing gigs. I went to freelancing.com. There was a website, and there you can see there was small pop-ups with people wanting you to do X and Y, like a small projects. And I got a few projects from that website. Um, I was really focused on like doing a good job to get a good review, because I knew that if I get good reviews, it will help me get more projects in the future. And then I joined a university. So when I finished my 12th grade, I had to choose where to go to university, and I went to, it's called informatics here in Romania. And I can say that there is where I learned like the basics of programming, like working with for loops and if else conditions and while loops and functions and stuff. But that was like just the basics. What I know now and what I work with now, I can say that probably 95% I learned on my own, like with like Google and YouTube and Udemy courses and all kinds of courses and articles and
Do
you
you
name it.
have do you have any Udemy teacher that you admire? Someone who, like
Uh,
any course that you remember that helped you a lot?
Well, I know. I was looking up to my friend now, Brett Traversy. He was one of the people I've followed, and also on YouTube. We are close friends now. We're working together. He was on Udemy. I think I learned React, if I remember correctly, from a guy named Andrew. Meet Andrews. I forgot his last name. But I can't really. So I never focused like on the teacher, but more like on the topic. And whenever I wanted to learn something, so for example, React, I was looking to multiple people teaching React from scratch, because like they all cover like the same thing, like the basics of React, but they all have their own perspective. And uh, by going on the same road over and over, you kind of start to learn the basics very well. You kind of start to figure out what are uh, the things that they all repeat, right? So for example, in React we have props and you have state, which is like fundamentals there in React. So there were multiple people and a combination of them, and YouTube tutorials and Udemy courses. And I think I got courses from multiple sources like Pluralsight, or I even had front end master
Uh-huh.
uh, subscription. So it's not one source, it's a combination. And what I try to do and what I advise people to do now is practice. So whenever you learn something, no matter the language, the programming language or the library or framework, just do the project, like code you should code also. Follow the tutorial and then code it on your own, because that's when you learn the most, by practicing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I did my first. So I studied a coding bootcamp in 2019, and after
Oh.
that, I decided I wanted to go back to vanilla JavaScript. And I did this Udemy course by Cold Steel.
Hmm.
I really like him. And then, yeah, I wanted to do a course, but I didn't start it with Maximilian, like a
Yeah.
German last name, which I won't ever remember.
Yeah.
So yeah,
He's also popular.
yeah, I think sometimes
Yeah.
it's good to have like some references on teachers on Udemy or other courses. Right now, I really want to try Scrimba. I think Scrimba it's
Hmm.
getting good. Uh, they have like
Yeah.
great free courses. There's one course that it's aimed to improve your JavaScript level that follows the Free Code Camp program, and they explain it to
Hmm.
you with videos. I think that because for me, I'm not a documentation person. I'm very lazy to read, so I really like videos better. But I
Yeah.
do know, like for example, Free Code Camp has an amazing program, and I wish I
Yeah.
would ever get one of their certifications. But again, lazy. So
Well, you can follow. I went through the entire FreeCodeCamp Camp curriculum, and you can follow me on YouTube channel. I did it. I did the entire one, so it's on video now.
on video, the entire curriculum of Free Code Camp.
Yeah, I had it. I mean, I set myself a challenge, and I finished the entire curriculum in 29 days, and it's all recorded if you
29
want
days, the whole curriculum of Free Code Camp on
it. Yeah,
video.
but like don't try to don't stress too much about the amount of time it takes, because I already knew like 85% of the curriculum, and I had experience with that. But yeah, that was one of my challenges. I So FreeCode Camp is an amazing resource, and I saw that. So as you, I also like to learn from videos. It's more practical for me. So I did it myself. I mean, it's not like perfectly curated, and it's not. You'll see me struggle. So that's why I do live streams, and I code on live streams, because when it comes to the programmer's life, it's not just everything perfect. Like most of the tutorials you watch, they go straight to the point, and everything is polished and nicely done, and you rarely see someone having issues. But what I'm trying to do, do it all live, and you'll find me like Google things. You'll find me, I don't know, just think for a couple of minutes and try to figure it out,
Yeah, it's
which
amazing.
is
And sometimes
yeah.
even like the viewers, the people help you to figure
Yeah,
out
yeah,
what's
that's
happening and what
crazy.
is going wrong. And I've
Yeah,
seen you.
exactly.
I love when you're coding because you're like, oh guys, what is happening? And then like they help you through the chat, and that's amazing. I really like that.
Yeah, because
Uh,
that's when you learn the most. Whenever you get stuck and you think about the problem, like you put your mind into figuring out the issue, that's when you remember it more, because you kind of uh, get attached to the issue emotionally, so you remember it next time, because oh, I know that that time I like failed in front of 200 people, and I won't fail it again.
I can't say that. I think I will continue failing until I die. I
Yeah,
think
failing is part of. I have a quote here on my whiteboard, which says, "To launch anything great, you must be able to embrace the fact that you may fail. So just accept the fact that you will probably fail, or you might fail, and that's fine. I mean, everyone does it. We're not perfect, and we're learning. As long as we're
failing is part of
yeah,
evolving, and evolving is part of
definitely,
succeeding.
yeah,
So yeah. Um, Okay, so we have some questions, I think, on Twitch.
Hmm. Sure.
Um, okay, I don't know if we have some. To be honest, there are more like people saying that you're great, that they didn't know you were Romanian. Someone saying that I'm an old lady. Hello, the cat is under the table. Okay, Fede, thank you. You have some comments here, which are good. So we had prepared some other questions. I don't know if
Mhm.
Fede or Ceci can unmute themselves and ask him some questions if you're ready to do it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Welcome, Fede.
uh,
So Fede is a friend of mine who is learning English, and he's very brave because he accepted to join us here. Uh, Also to show people that you don't have to speak perfect English to speak in English. Uh, Anyone here, we are not natives. Like Florian is not a native English speaker. I'm
Yep.
not. Fede is not, and Ceci isn't either. So the only way to really learn English, the same
It's
way,
practice.
yeah, same way as with code, and to
Yep.
understand that you won't be an expert in English from the first time you talk, and you won't be like an expert in coding from the first hello world. So people just jumping and speak, listen. Don't be afraid to speak English, Tarzan, or whatever. Fede, I'm not saying you speak English, Tarzan. I'm sorry, it's not direct to you. So, Fede, now you can ask some questions to Florin. Thank you.
well, in the Twitch we have two questions. I I can find them. 1 minute.
Okay.
Florin, this is from Valentin Costam. Florin, you are
Okay.
awesome, man. Can you talk a little bit about learning in public and that moment in which you decided to go public?
Yeah, sure. So, um, I was hired, like I worked in a job for 2 years. And last year I decided to like start a blog. Always kind of wanted to have a blog to try to see how it works, to share my knowledge. And also, when you have a blog or your YouTube channel or your streaming or whatever you do to share the knowledge, you're also kind of forced to learn at the same time, because, well, there is just a limited thing you know. So you can share everything you know, but then you need to learn more things so you can share, right? And that's a great way to do, like having a blog or creating a YouTube channel to share your knowledge. And this is what I did. I started on starting with a blog. I wrote some articles, which, on my surprise, they went really well. Although I still don't consider myself a good writer. I Probably that's because we are our worst critics. So they're
Imposter
always,
syndrome all over.
yeah, yeah. That's always. I have it probably daily, and I I decided to share what I know, and I started also to go on Twitter, and people started to like it, and that gave me like the necessary boost to quit my job. I quit my job in July, and I went full time. Even the job was pretty good, I could say, especially here in Romania, where the salaries are not that great compared to, I don't know, bigger countries. Um, but yeah, I left my job because in the job I could like we were working on a big project. We were like probably over 100 developers working on the same project. It was a huge project, like for 5 years or so. And it was good. I mean, I did my task, and you got the paycheck every month. But I felt like I don't know, my work wasn't like impacting so many people. Like when you write an article and or make a YouTube video and have people tell you, "Whoa, it was amazing! I learned something from you." It's so much rewarding than just like you can get paid and it's fine. Some people like that aspect, like have a job and go home to your family and just like have work from 9 to 5 and go home and just don't worry about your job. For me, I kind of wanted more. I wanted to be kind of not responsible, maybe not, that's not the right word, but have a chance to impact people's life more directly, like with blogging and YouTube videos. So that's when I decided to go public, and I share pretty much everything I do on public. I mean, even my income sometimes. Uh, I, I'm not like afraid or ashamed to share stuff. And
That's
people
something
even like
great.
that.
That's something great because actually, uh, I'm starting this mentorship program here in Front End Cafe, and a lot of people joined to become mentors, but then they want to do it without sharing their names or last names, or even like they
Yeah.
don't want to share their personal. Uh, they don't wanna. They want privacy, so they want to be mentors. They want to help, but also they
Hmm.
want to keep themselves anonymous.
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah. I mean,
it's fine, and I accept
mhm.
that, and I think it's good if you want to do it that way. In my opinion, I think mentorships work better if the other person can see you as a person. If you can have a conversation on camera, if you can stop thinking that a developer is a robot with an icon and a face and a fake name as, I don't know,
Yeah.
Mr. Dev Robot XX5. And uh, I don't know. I think it's great if you want to keep your privacy and if you don't want to do it. But I think you really make change, and you really get to the other person if you really show yourself as you are. Uh, if you show yourself authentic, and that's how they can really learn with you. It's not they are learning from you, they're learning with you, and they see you as a person who can also have their own issues, their own problems, their own failures. And I think being a mentor is part of that too. It's like being a friend, being like being able to guide someone, but from like being peers. And I think you cannot do that if you don't share a lot. I don't know, for
Yeah.
example,
Be personal.
yeah, in front end cafe, a lot of people is saying like, hey, the community is awesome, blah blah blah. And there's like a lot of people coming to me and sending me private messages, and they talk to me and they feel like they're open to talk to me. And I think it's because I share like my life, my private life with them. I'm showing my house, I'm showing my face, I'm showing my problems, I'm showing how improvised I am, that we are here and
Well,
we.
well, we have more questions in the chat. We next?
Sure.
Okay, okay. Uh, Claudiau, what is the best for you being an employee? A freelancer or a entrepreneur? I can't say that word, sorry. And
Yeah.
why?
Entrepreneur. Mhm.
Thanks.
Yeah, it really depends. So there are definitely advantages. I went from freelancing to being an employer to employee to being a freelancer again to again being an employee. And like I highly suggest people go through all of them and test whatever works for you. So for example, I started out as a freelancer and I liked the fact that I can choose my choose my own clients. I can work on the projects I want to work on. But then freelancing also has its disadvantages. So you always need to find clients, and you uh, like need to be responsible. You have to work, or otherwise no one will pay you. While when you're hired, I had time when I was working in a company, they didn't have like a project right away, and the day were passing, and it was fine. I didn't have to stress because I didn't have work. It wasn't my responsibility to like get work, right? I was waiting, and that was a good thing on one hand. You know that when you work as an employee, you always have a pay at the end of the month or whenever you get it. Uh, some people, as I said, I had a project manager who was earning a lot, and for him was fine. He knows, like, I don't know, 10 times more than I know. And I always told him, like, write a blog, you do a YouTube channel, you have a lot of knowledge, why not share it? You'll do amazing. But he likes to be an employee. He likes to go to work at 9, go home at 5, and spend time with his wife and the children, and it's his choice. So find out what works best for you by trying them out, if you have the possibility to try them out, and then pick whatever you like. I got to this point where I'm now a content creator, and it slowly starts to like work out. When I left my job, I got like a 90% pay cut, so probably even more. Uh, but it was fine. I got more rewards on the part that people liked what I did. So it was fine at the moment, and now it started to pick up and to be okay-ish. It's not yet perfect at the stage I would need it to be to support me and my family, but it's okay, and I'm willing to continue this path because it's something I like. And even now, we had a weekend off. I was with my wife at the wedding. I didn't have to stress because I need to go home and Monday I have work. No, it was fine. I just spent time, and we visited that city, and we enjoyed it. Like today, I have this meeting. It's fine. I can do it now, and it's freedom. This is what I wanted for me, to be free to create. And I have days when I do a crazy 10-hour live stream, and then a week I'm off. So this is what works for me. Some people might need it otherwise. So just do what is best for you.
Nice. Well, more questions then?
I think
I
Yeah,
say,
sure.
or
we have
you
some other
say?
questions on Twitch. I think, Fede, you can do them
Mhm.
because my computer is
Okay,
crashing.
okay. Danny, no, oops. 3HDN said, hi, you say that you finished several challenges, including FCC camp. I see. Which is
Freecode camp.
your accountability method? Can
Mhm.
you give us some advice about being constant?
Yeah, so I have this issue too. I'm very lazy sometimes. I'm procrastinating a lot, but I found what works for me. I found out that if I tell in public that I'm going to do something, I kind of feel a responsibility to do it. So, for example, I noticed this like 2 years ago when I said that I'm going to run every day for a year. And I said that on my Facebook profile. And I had to go out to run every day for a year because I said that. And I just noticed, okay, that works for me. I need to tell people what I'm going to do, and then I'll do it. And the same thing happened uh, to the FreeCode Camp challenge. I told on Twitter that I'm going to go over the entire FreeCode Camp curriculum on live streams, and I did it. I remember one day, and Ivan, I think is in the chat. He can uh, he can approve. I did like
Ivan is an Argentinian guy living in Korea that it's the admin of your Discord channel.
yeah, I think he's Chilean, not Argentinian, and yeah, he's fine. I tell him that he's a Peruvian. Yeah, he's
Sorry, Ivan. I thought you were Argentinian.
yeah, maybe he's Argentina. I don't know.
He is
You are?
Argentinian.
Okay, then I was wrong. Why were you doing him in Chile? All right, good. Yeah, and he saw me doing 8 streams in a day when I did like the free code camp curriculum. It I knew that I had to finish it, so I just did it. Yeah, Anthony. Hey, buddy.
Okay,
I see people in chat. I know.
Ceci, would you like to ask Florin something? Ceci's my sister. She's my support in everything I do. She's the person who is bringing me back to earth when I'm going not in a great path. And she's
Also,
also an
the one
expert
who convinced you to.
She's an expert on UX UI, and she's the one who convinced me to try programming. And thank you for that. Thank you. Okay, maybe you can ask some questions to Florian.
Okay. Hi, Florian. It's really nice
Hello.
to hear you speak about your passion. And I really didn't know much about you before today because I'm not into the really tech side of this industry. But it sounds amazing. I'm going to read one question that I read on Twitch. Someone asked,
Okay.
what are you really passionate? What are you really excited about at the moment? I thought that was a nice question.
Yeah, at the moment, I am working on a couple of projects. I have my YouTube channel, which is close. I mean, not close, but I hope to be closer to 100,000 subscribers. That's one thing I want to bring it at this year. Then I'm working on an ebook. You mentioned the ebook, probably, or maybe not. I forgot. I'm working on an ebook on 10 ways to make money as a developer, like different things you can try out. That's one thing I'm working on, which is kind of scary at the same time because I never did a paid product before and I want it to be perfect. And we'll see how it goes. And I'm also working on a course, like some projects in JavaScript, CSS, and stuff like that. So these are the 3 things I want to finish this year. And then next year, I would like to go on the path of becoming an indie developer, indie hacker. There is a community where like developers create all kind of products and services, and they sell them, and I don't know, there are a lot of things you can try, and that's what I would like to try next year. There is one guy who did 12 startups in 12 months, or I think he tried, but he ended up doing like 7. And I would like to try that, like create some kind of services or products and sell them, and at the same time like sharing my journey and teaching people how I do it and see how it goes. And I continue to stream on Twitch and share my knowledge at all the steps.
Awesome. I have a question related to my side of this whole process, is that when you're working as a freelancer, do you ever get in touch with UX designers? How do you manage that part of the products that you produce?
Yeah, I had some bigger projects when I was working as a freelancer, and like whenever there's a bigger project, it's not really expected like one person to do them all, like the design, development, and planning and everything. So I worked with designers. They were sending me like the wireframes of the website, and I was coding them. So that I did a lot of these things. Also on front-end mentor, yeah, those challenges, they're the same thing, like you get the design and then you have to code them.
Okay.
And yeah,
so depending on the project, it's how you work. Okay, cool.
Yeah, depending on the project. I'm not a designer, so I don't know how to design stuff. I know when it looks good or not, but I don't know how to make it look good. So I needed a designer when they didn't have like a wireframe.
Awesome. And as a designer, I'm going to ask you something that perhaps will help everyone here. When you are developing, what is the one thing or couple of things that you would ask designers to be really specific about, so there is no miscommunication between the designs and the development?
Yeah, so what I've seen like the most thing happening is that developers don't know much. I mean, not all of them. Some developers don't know much about the coding part of the website. And whenever they do a design, they could like create all these fancy elements on the page, which is pretty hard to implement, like for me as a programmer. And that's one thing I try to like communicate it on upfront. Like, I don't know, let's follow a structure, because
Yeah, I
when it
know.
comes to designer, they can move things like 1 pixels further, but then when you code that, you can't have like 15 pixels on top and 60 pixels on the bottom. It's really hard to make it pixel perfect if it's not thought at the beginning to have a structure or something like the same margin everywhere, padding. If it's not thought like that at the beginning, it's hard for a programmer to make it pixel perfect. And most of the clients want it pixel perfect. But then I had situations where I had to go really in depth in my CSS to do all these little pixels, move them apart, and it was very hard to make it perfect. Because when it comes to programming, you kind of have like a structure, and okay, let's have a couple of classes which do this thing, like one color or one spacing, and you can apply it on all of the components. So the designer must have that in mind when they design something to make it easier for the developer to put it in code.
Perfect. Yes, I was going to say sorry in the name of designers. We do that a lot.
Yeah, it's fine. I think it will help if the designers would like try out coding and try to implement their own designs. Although not all, you don't have to be like the rock star programmer or something, but like play around with the design and see. Try to get into the mind of a programmer and make its life easier.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Were there more questions? Someone asked this really random but interesting question, and I'm going to ask it because I want to know, how do you get your blurred background on Meet?
There is just a button here on Meet, and I can turn it off and on.
Really?
Yeah, probably because of my webcam. I don't know.
Okay.
I have a Logitech C922 and probably has this feature.
We tried before, and I couldn't do it. I'm using my phone's camera, and it's not working. I had to push away all the dirt that was here. So all the mess in my house is there where you cannot see it. Like actually Florin saw me doing that, like throwing things away, moving a coffee table.
I won't tell anyone.
Yeah, whatever.
You don't need to. I was already did.
You don't have to. Me and Tax, we are saying that, so it's fine. Well, Tax is here because definitely. I'm nervous, so I'm. Okay.
You shouldn't be.
Do we have any more questions on Twitch?
I'm looking at it.
Florin, what motivated you to make your own courses, considering the amount that there are out there?
What motivated me to do my own
courses?
What? I didn't.
You don't have
my own
any
courses.
Do you have courses or you're only?
I don't have yet. So yeah, I've seen a lot of people ask this question. Why should I create a blog? There are so many blogs out there. Why should I create a YouTube channel? There are so many YouTube channels out there. Yes, but they're not you. Every person has their own personality. Every person has its own like, if we all go in a room full of things, we notice different things because we judge the environment based on all our own conceptions and our own judgment, right? And some people might like my style of teaching. Some people like your style of teaching. So why not try? Why give it a try? At the same time, you learn how to improve and you learn on your own. And yeah, this is why it works. This is why you have so many courses and so many people doing YouTube videos and blogging, because they have their own perspective, and you can find people who like your own perspective, and they like resonate with you more, like they feel you more. Yeah, and Anthony says in the chat, because you can offer something unique. Yeah, we are all unique, and you never know. As I said, I don't think I'm. I mean, I believe I'm far from being like a good writer, a good content creator. But at the same time, people say I'm okay, I guess. So I'll just trust them, and I'll continue to do my thing and enjoy the process. So yeah, you never know until you try. Just give it a try. Put yourself up out there, and you'll see it will be fine.
Fede, you had an interesting question that we had been talking about yesterday because we saw a tweet Florin did.
Yes. 1 second.
Sure.
I'm gonna mute myself because my neighbors had kids and they're screaming.
It's about haters. When you start with all of this sharing your work and YouTube channel, you find haters of you.
Yeah, they're everywhere. It's I don't know. It's like they come in. It's like the universe. Okay, you want followers. Here's some of your followers, and here a couple of haters, just to keep you on track. It's like their common package. It's like whenever you, I don't know. For me,
And how
I
you
order.
feel with that?
I have mixed feelings. I try to ignore people because some people are just mean to be mean. They don't care about people feelings, and I am like a people pleaser. I like to uh, please people. I like to make them happy. I like them to. I don't know. And whenever I see someone who's mean to me, sometimes it's hard, but at the same time I try to avoid. I mean, just delete their comment and go do something else, because at the end of the day, uh, I believe that they're more hurt than I am, so they're just trying to find meaning in their life, or I don't know why they troll. I cannot troll. I think the one video on YouTube should be so bad and should be a huge clickbait, or should lie a lot for me to click dislike, because I know how much work it involves to do something, to write an article, to create a video on YouTube. So why would you dislike it? Why would you just demoralize the creator? I had streams when I just said, okay, I'm going live to do React projects, and people click dislike, a couple of people. I mean, it wasn't even live. I wasn't doing anything yet, and some people already click dislike. I mean, why? You don't even know what I was going to do. It's weird, but that just people, and you kind of have to learn to ignore and move on. Uh, yeah, and think about the fact that with one troll, you have like dozens of people who enjoy your content, and yeah, so it's fine at the end of the day.
That's helpful. Here, Juan Mendoza say, if you have haters, you are doing a great job.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I was told. If you have a hater, then it means that you're doing something good.
Yeah. So someone asked something interesting. How do you fight against imposter syndrome?
I don't know. that's
You embrace
I
it.
just Yeah, exactly. So I have 7 years of experience. I've done a lot of challenges. I've done my YouTube channel is at 60,000 subscribers. Uh, I could be proud of what I did, but often I find myself having the imposter syndrome, because there will be always someone better than you. There will be always more to learn. So just as you said, embrace it. It's part of the journey. Just embrace it. And what I did, I have a timeline on my website with all the things I accomplished. And whenever I feel like really down, I just look at those, and I say, oh well, I did that and I did that and I did that. Okay, yeah, I guess I'm not that bad. But yeah, it's a journey, and you always learn and just keep pushing. It also helps to take a break and just do something else, watch Netflix or read a book or whatever you want to do to chill, and then go back to the thing you were doing.
Okay, sorry for the muting and unmuting, but my neighbors have like teenagers that like to fight. So
It's fine.
sorry if
Yeah, we
you
can't hear it.
you
Yeah,
can't.
we can't. No, it's fine.
Cool. So someone is asking, what do you think about freelancing as a junior dev? Was it a good experience for you? And I want to add something to that. On your timeline, you said you started on freelancer.com and then you changed to upwork.com.
Mm-hmm.
Can we do like 2 per 1 question there?
Yeah. When I start, I honestly don't know now what is the market, how it is on those websites. I know it's crowded because people uh, kind of like cut themselves. Someone says, "I'll do Google for you for $5. Just give me the money." Uh, it might be harder now to start. This is why you might need to take another approach, not go. For me, it was okay when I started. It was 7 years ago. It was still like challenging, uh, but by doing good work, whenever you get a client, I stayed hours and hours on the platform to find projects, and whenever someone was accepting me to work for the project, I did my best to do a good job to get a good review, because with good reviews, it's like a compounding effect. Like you get more good reviews and then you get bigger clients. So this is what I did. I think I have over 70 projects on freelancer.com, and I had uh, like 99% of them were good reviews. I only had one bad review because the client was impatient, and he didn't tell me exactly what I wanted, what I needed to do, and oh well, miscommunication. And then I moved to Upwork. I felt like Upwork was more professional than freelancer.com for some reason. But I know that now they don't allow a lot of new people to come on the platform because, again, they're oversaturated. What I would advise people if they want to start freelancing is to have a portfolio with projects, like build projects to showcase to a possible client. And then maybe you can try uh, like local how do you call it, companies in your area, and go to them and see if you can, I don't know, fix their website, create a website for them, to get even more reviews and recommendations, because they will start to pile up, and then you will get recommendations to do other projects. And this is how I would probably start now. uh, yeah, it's a saturated market on some niches, but I am certain that if you work harder than others, you will eventually manage to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a couple more questions and then we
A
will.
lot of questions.
Yeah, so we will finish with the questions on Twitch and we can just leave Florin go to bed because what time is it there?
9
Nine.
p.m. It's
Okay.
fine.
Wow.
Did you have dinner?
No, because I'm trying to lose weight. I'm
Me
more round now,
me
so
too.
I
Me
need
too.
to.
Pandemic killed us. We
Yeah.
do you want to do a challenge like a running challenge?
I started the workout challenge now. 100 days of workout. I'm
What?
on day 6 now.
Oh, I can show you tomorrow, and you will be
Perfect.
7 days ahead. We can tweet each other's workout,
Yeah.
and maybe I will do it because I'm the same. There's one time I spent 47 days without drinking alcohol, which I'm doing now, because I was too stressed, so I had to drink a little bit of white wine, sweet. because
No,
it's noon.
yeah, I never had alcohol, so.
Okay, I do, but I spent 47 days without drinking alcohol because I went into Instagram and I said, "Hi, friends from Instagram, which are my friends from life.
Yeah.
I won't drink alcohol until Christmas," and I did it. So I spent like spring. Here in October, November, everybody is like having this end of the year parties, and I was there
Yeah.
drinking lemonade. Uh, but
That's
because
good.
I went public and I said that I wouldn't drink alcohol, I did it for
You had to do
47
it.
days. That was the max I
Perfect.
did. And I want to do it again, like the pandemic really kind of killed us. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's finish with the Twitch questions, and I
Sure.
think we can Ceci and Fede help me to do that
Yeah.
questions. I need to take a little
Yeah.
trip to the toilet because I drink a lot of.
The last,
Too much
the last question.
information.
The last question can be this for 3HDM. Having so many ideas, challenge, projects, work, focusing may be become a problem. How do you deal with that?
Yeah. That's a good question. How do you deal with so many ideas, challenges, projects? I think just this is just an advice. I don't do that very well, but I just do the things I like and complete them, and then move on to the next thing. For example, now I have like my YouTube channel and streaming and working on the ebook, and I have that course coming. Uh, but now I'm kind of forced to work on the ebook because it's like 3 weeks. I'm 3 weeks away for launching it, so that's my main priority. I try to set priorities and focus on that. Although I get carried away and I do these 10 projects in 10 hours challenges. So I don't know. What works for me is to do the things I like to do at the current moment and just hopefully I'll do everything I need to do or just postpone it, or I don't know. Sometimes it's hard, so I'm not the best at this. I'll still try to figure things out.
Do you use
Yeah,
any kind of method like Pomodoro or anything like that to focus?
I tried, but I either do like, as I said, 10 hours for 10 projects in 10 hours, that crazy challenge, or I just watch an entire season of some kind of TV show. I'm either very, very productive or very, very lazy. So I'm not balanced. I need to I need to find a balance. I'm still working on that. But I'm fine with the progress. So as long as at the end of the year I completed, I don't know, more than half of my tasks and my goals, I'm happy. And so far this year was great and I'm happy with that. So I try not to kick myself too hard because I know that some people call me a robot, but I'm not. And uh, I even went to a burnout like a couple of months ago. I needed to take a break and just I couldn't look at code. I think I haven't coded for a couple of weeks, and that was fine. I just did anything else I could, and at the end, I went back and we were stronger, and it was good. So yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Was that the last question, or do you guys want to do one more?
I don't know.
There are a couple.
I think there are a bunch, but there's one that I think is super interesting for the crowd. It says, "What should one put in its portfolio?" This is from Phoenix R. Well, I don't know how to say this.
Phoenix Rahul.
What should one put in his portfolio for the first web developer job?
Yeah, I see he's mentioning Udemy project, FreeCodeCamp projects. What I would advise, so do the projects from the Udemy courses or from YouTube tutorials or from FreeCodeCamp. Do those projects. It's very good. But at the same time, try to add something on top. Don't just do those projects. Try to add a new feature. Try to make it, I don't know, purple because purple is cool. Try to add some functionality which is your own thing. So make it better, make it look better, and then you can add it to the portfolio. Because I'm pretty confident that a lot of interviewers, like, they already know the projects from FreeCodeCamp. They must have seen it thousands of times, right? All those projects, like the random code generator and the calculator and all those
The
projects, they
to-do
know
app,
it.
the Pokey
The
app.
to-do app, exactly. But maybe if you do a to-do app, try to make it, I don't know, do it crazy, do something that, try to stand apart, be crazy with it, do, I don't know, make it a double to-do app. For example, I did one challenge. There was to do a JavaScript game in an hour, and I did Flappy Bird, like that bird when you have to
Oh,
fly
I
through
played
the,
that.
yeah, but I did two birds, not only one, and you had to control all the both birds at the same time.
So
See,
using
so that's
using
something.
both using both hemispheres of your brain.
Yeah, I mean, just do, be different, because that will stand out. Some having those small tweaks, maybe you don't have to work like 10 days on the project, or I don't know, maybe you have to, but be different, just a little bit, do it differently, and it will be fine. I think the interviewer will appreciate that.
Okay, let's finish with one last question
Mhm.
because people want to know about your book. Is there anything you can tell us about your book? Because they say they want the robot Bible and how to make money. And I think the
Yeah,
name of your book is 10 plus
appealing.
plus ways of making money as a dev. Can you say something
Yeah.
about it? I know it's not ready, I know it's not finished, but some tips, something related to your book?
Yeah, so in my career, I went through multiple things. I I had a job, I was a freelancer, I'm now doing YouTube, I have a blog, I have all this knowledge and ways to, like, which will help people to monetize their coding skills other than just having a job, although I'm covering that too in the book. I just, as I said, it's my first paid product. I want it to be perfect, and I have the imposter syndrome of, I don't know, I need to write about that, and I need to study that topic, and it's crazy. I hope I will be able to launch it in 3 weeks. Although I don't know. I'm trying to divide and conquer, like break down all the topics and then break down the sub chapters and try to conquer it like that. But yeah, programming is a very interesting skill someone could have, and it will is definitely, there are many ways to uh, get an income using your skills. Like, you can build a project and you can charge for it, and it really depends. I want to help people see that there are multiple ways to make money as a programmer and somehow ease the process for them. For example, when I started YouTube channel, I know I spent literally hundreds of hours watching on YouTube how to become a good YouTuber. I watched everything I could. I even bought a book about it, and then it's my, like, I did it for 10 months now, so I kind of know it's not yet perfect, but I kind of know how YouTube works and what you need to do to be successful on YouTube, and like how to get money through ads and sponsors and stuff like that. So I want to share this with the people who will buy the book, to help them, like, at least ease the process. You know, if my goal is that if you pay X amount of the book, if you make that X amount back and win some hours, like speed up the process for you, that's I'm happy with that. That's my goal. Hopefully I will be able to do that.
Okay. Okay, thanks, Florin. I think we are over the hour now because we started a little
Yeah.
later.
It's fine. I
S-
enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it as well. It was really nice. It was really kind of you for joining us. And
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
well, Thank you again.
Yeah.
Really nice to meet you, Florin, and really
Yeah,
nice
nice to
to
meet
hear
you.
you.
Nice to meet you also.
Thank you. I'm glad I joined, and it was fun.
Okay,
Thank you all who watched on Twitch. Hope it was helpful.
yeah, I think it was, and well, you're welcome in our Discord channel anytime you want. We have an English room.
Yeah, I need to learn Spanish a
but
bit
we
more.
have an English
I know.
room where people need to learn English, so you can.
I know Spanish because here in Romania, at least when I was a little kid, my mom watched a lot of Spanish. We call them telenovelas. I don't know how they called it. She
It's
watched a lot. I think
telenovela.
she knows Spanish. Yeah,
Please tell
he
me
knows
that
Spanish.
Natalia Oreiro telenovela.
Natasha,
Yeah, exactly.
have you seen Natalia Oreria? Natasha's. There's a documentary that Netflix released recently about her. Like the Russians love her.
Yeah, I don't know if I did. Yeah, and also Spanish is pretty close to Romanian.
What?
So
Are you sure?
yeah, it's pretty. I mean, not close, but if I read, I kind of get the sense of what it's there.
Would you like to
But
try
yeah,
Would you like to try some Spanish? If I say, "Hola, Florin, ¿cómo estás?"
I'm fine. How are you? I can't talk, maybe.
Pero
But yeah,
si yo hablo, ¿tú puedes entenderme?
a bit. Yeah, I can understand you a bit.
¿De qué trabajas tú?
That's you lost me there. Maybe what I'm doing, or I don't know.
Eres un desarrollador web, me sale el chileno porque estoy tratando de no hablar argentino. ¿Eres desarrollador
Yeah,
web?
you lost me.
Yeah, the
Learn
thing
Spanish channel on Discord. I was
I was trying to speak in more neutral Spanish because Argentinian, particularly Spanish from Buenos Aires, is pretty different than Spanish from
Oh,
Spain or from Mexico or
I
Colombia
see.
or Venezuela or whatever. So every time I try to speak something more neutral, I go
Mm-hmm.
to Chile or I go to Paraguay, but it's not even my Spanish because we have like very different accent.
Yeah,
So there's a
I
song
don't
really
know.
funny that it's called Qué difícil es hablar el español, means like how hard it is to speak Spanish. And there's
Spanish, yeah.
like two guys from the United States that they go singing through like 10 different accents and Spanish slang, and it's hilarious. So if you want to learn
Yeah.
Spanish and you learn Spanish from Spain and you come to Argentina, you're gonna say, oh my god, what is happening here is not the same Spanish, and it's definitely not.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we are Romanians. We are like 20 million, 20 or so million, and we have different accents of like different parts of the country, and the country is not that big. But considering the Spanish language, which is spoken by, I think, billions of people, I might be wrong, but a lot of people speak Spanish. Spanish.
Well, I have family in Croatia,
And
because my family, my grandfather, both grandparents were from Croatia, and I went there, and because of the war in 1994, many kids were refugees in Spain. So a lot of kids there speak Spanish, and that's hilarious because some
yeah.
people there couldn't speak English, but they were speaking Spanish, and it was fun. It was very fun.
Yeah. So I see here like almost 500 million people speak Spanish, native speakers of Spanish language.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's crazy. And it's definitely like you have different understanding. I also know Hungarian because my mother is Hungarian, and the Hungarian we have here in Romania is like a lot different than the Hungarian you speak in Hungary, you know?
Can you speak a little bit in Romanian?
Da, ce dorești să-ți spun? It was like, what do you want me to tell you?
I would like you to say a little bit introduction about yourself, who you are, what you do, and whatever. We won't understand anyhow.
Yeah, probably. Bună, sunt Florin, mă numesc Florin. Sunt un programator, lucrez în domeniul de 7 ani și îmi place să fac tutoriale pe YouTube.
Danke.
Yeah, that's German.
Fala.
I said that I...
Fala?
No, it doesn't ring a bell.
Grazie, tante
Yeah.
grazie.
Yeah, Italian.
Okay.
I mean,
merci,
Italian,
merci
Spanish. Yeah, that's French. Italian, Spanish, Romanian. They all have the same like origin, Latin. So, well, I understand some words, said someone in the chat.
Yeah, because yes, you said some words that really are similar to Spanish. Just a few.
Yeah, and also knowing English.
You said programator, and here is programador.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I tell you, it's a lot of things are.
There's someone
similar.
saying they want to know bad words, insults, but we are not good doing that live. I'm sorry, guys. No. Don't be naughty.
That's yeah, that's almost always the first things you learn in a language, which is not always the best. Dracula comes from Romania.
Okay, Florin, this is the real end. We're gonna end this stream now. Thank you so much for coming, and I hope we see you around.
Thank you for having me.
Ciao.
Yeah, feel free to DM me, or you can join our Discord, and I'm there.
Okay. How is your Discord channel named? We
can. Is the Poppers family?
Ivan
can.
Ivan, can you show? Can you post it on the Twitch thing? Chat.
I posted recently. Let me get the link quickly. Okay. Yeah, there's the link if people want to join, or follow me on Twitter, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitch, buy my merch, subscribe, donate, come visit me, all the drill.
Subscribe to the little bell.
Yeah.
Suscríbete a la campanita.
All the things. All right.
Okay, guys.
Thank you for having me. It was great.
Thank you, Fede. Thank you, Ceci, for your support.
Bye, guys. Good night, Florin.
Take care.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night,
Have a great day. Bye-bye. Take care.